Once you turn age 59 and a half, does the 5-year rule still apply with the Roth IRA? So this was the discussion at the lunch table the other day. I work with a bunch of accountants and they had a blank stare. So I thought this was the video that I wanted to do because I know so many people who do not understand this rule. But basically, does the rule apply if you're 59 and a half? The answer is yes. So what is the 5-year rule? The IRS states that when you open a Roth IRA, the money must be in there for at least 5 years before you can withdraw it without paying taxes on it. So the clock starts ticking the minute you deposit $1 into that Roth IRA. So it doesn't matter what age you are. Even if you're 59 and a half, you cannot withdraw that money tax-free unless it's been in there for 5 years. So whatever your age is right now, if you don't have a Roth IRA, I suggest you open one ASAP. You can deposit just $5. You can deposit $1. But just as soon as you deposit that first dollar, your clock starts ticking. This is really important, especially if you're 55. If you're 55 now, you won't be able to withdraw anything from that account until you're 60. Okay, so let's get into our example. Let's say you're 50 years old and you opened your Roth IRA this month, July 2025. When does the clock start ticking? It starts ticking January 1st, 2025. So it starts in the year that you made your first deposit, not the day that you made your first deposit. So if you made your first deposit July 2025, I say do it tomorrow, you're eligible to start taking money from that account in January of 2030. That means if you turn 59 and a half after that date, say like June 2031, you're good to go. You can start withdrawing. No penalty, no tax. Let's say you needed to withdraw from those earnings in June 2028 and you're not yet 59 and a half, but you need the money. Now you're going to pay tax and penalty. Tax and penalty. Okay, so here's the good news. And this actually trips a lot of people up. It seems simple or basic, but honestly, people really get tripped up by this. At any age, you can withdraw the money that you put into the Roth IRA. You've already paid taxes on it. There is no penalty. So you could actually think of this as a little emergency fund. You don't want to take the money out unless you absolutely have to, but it is there for you if you need it. Anything you contribute, you can take out tax-free and penalty-free. So let's say you're 50 and you put $7,000 in this year and it grew to $9,000 by next year. We're having a good run right now. You could withdraw that $7,000 next year if you needed to, but don't touch that $2,000 or you're going to pay tax and penalty. I know I keep repeating myself, but I really want people to get this because people really get confused by this. If you wait until you're 59 and a half, you have to leave your earnings in there for 5 years. So even if you're 59 and a half, even if you're 62, even if you're 65, you have to leave the money in there for 5 years. You cannot take any of the earnings out of that account without paying taxes on it. And you don't want to do that. This is a great investment vehicle for tax-free money. Make sure you understand that rule. So let's go back. If you're in your 50s, open your Roth IRA ASAP. Do it this week. You can do it with $1. As soon as you put that $1 in there, the clock starts ticking. It doesn't matter if you put any money any more money in there for 4 years from now. You could put $1 in there tomorrow and put nothing else in there, and in 2029 you put $8,000 in there. You don't have to wait. You'll only have to wait 1 year to take out the gains. Does that make sense? Get that clock ticking. Even if you just put $1 in there, the clock starts ticking, and you want to get your clock going, especially if you're in your 50s, especially. Let's recap the 5-year rule for the Roth IRA. First of all, it applies to the earnings, not to the contributions. Remember that. It applies to the earnings, not to the contributions. You can take your contributions out anytime you like. Tax-free, penalty-free. The clock starts January 1 of the year you make your first contribution. You must wait 5 tax years and be 59 and a half to take out any earnings tax-free. If you have any questions about the 5-year rule, please leave it in the comments. I reply to every comment I get. I really appreciate the discussion, and I really appreciate you being here. I hope this was helpful.